Howdy. So I played a demo of a game called Primal Fray Prologue. If you like a tactics sort of style game, that's kind of what this is. You're thrown onto this little island. There's a little bit of story, just a couple quick text dialogue to advance the story a bit. You're basically put on this island, and this island has different levels. And each level has something different. Most of the time it's a battle. And you fight with these creatures. So you kind of collect creatures, and as you collect them, you use them in battle to fight other creatures. And if you win the battle, you get to move on to the next stage. Now, sometimes a stage could be a collecting stage where, oh, I get to add another creature to my party. So you can at least add 2. I had 3 at one point creatures at a time. But the catch is, if one of the creatures dies during your fight, then you lose them for the whole rest of the run. And you can't like revive them or bring them back. So you have to be careful how you play the game. And what's cool is each creature has like a specialty about it. Sometimes there's like different elements attached to it where it's like, oh, one's more flying, one's more maybe like a fire base, one can freeze, you know, some of the land so you can cross over to it. And so you have to strategize depending on what options are given to you in terms of which creature might suit best for the situation, depending on what other creatures you have. And a lot of this game is just figuring out as you go. It kind of tells you the bases of everything. You have, you know, a simple basic attack. You have a little bit of a stronger attack. You can have a shield. And then you have certain points that you can spend. But if you don't want to use all your points, you can kind of skip using any of the special abilities to get an extra point back to then use that in the next turn. So you just keep going. Now, I tried it a few times. I didn't get all the way to the end, but I kept trying each time, and every time I did it, there might be a slightly different change in like creature collection, things that you can spend your money on. You know, it changed it up. It was kind of like a roguelite in that sort of sense. So the game looked overall like an old school style tactics game, like something that you had played like on the DS or a handheld. You know, it's got that Final Fantasy Tactics sort of art style to it. And the music was kind of cool. You know, it was served the purpose of what was happening, but it's nothing like super memorable, I would say. And again, as far as the characters go in the story, to me, that was like the weakest part. Like, I didn't really care too much about what was going on in the story. And I couldn't tell you what the characters' names were. It was just kind of, you know, to get you started. And once you started, every couple or so, like, fights or missions, you might get like an extra little story beat added in. But at the end of the day, it was about me just trying to advance myself to get as close to the end as possible. So if you like tactic style, if you like that sort of roguelike thing, this would be a good game to try out.